Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Tuesday, December 13, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Winnipeg Jets vs Vegas Golden Knights. This is going to be a great game between two of the best teams in the Western Conference. The Golden Knights look to pull off the upset, but the Jets look to bounce back from a rough road loss and control this game from the opening puck drop. The Jets, who average 3.30 goals per game, should create plenty of scoring chances with Kyle Connor, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and the rest of the forward unit, establishing a strong offensive zone presence and creating open shots with quick passes. The Jets, who allow only 2.56 goals per game, should also limit the Golden Knights' offense with Josh Morrissey, Brendan Dillon, and the rest of the defensive unit, creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, while goaltender Connor Hellebuyck makes plenty of big saves. The Jets should win the game with a dominant performance on their home ice. Take the Jets' money line as home favorites. Both of these teams have elite scoring abilities, and when needed, they'll certainly be able to put up plenty of goals, but with elite goaltending and solid deep defensive cores, the under is the play here, especially with the under being 6-1-1 in the past 8 head-to-head meetings in Winnipeg. For each team individually, the under is the best way to find success, with a 6-1-2 record for the Jets in their past 9 games against teams with a winning percentage over .600, and for Vegas, the under is 7-1 in their past 10 games overall. So while we've seen elite scoring bursts from both teams, the under is always the more consistent play. Take the under, 6 goals. Nashville Predators vs Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers are scoring an average of 3.64 goals per game, which is 5th best in the NHL. The Oilers are averaging 31.9 shots per game, which is 15th. Edmonton has the best power play in hockey, scoring 31.6% of the time with a man advantage. Edmonton's scoring machine is led by Connor McDavid with a team-high 25 goals, 29 assists and 54 points. Leon Draisaitl is second in goals scored with 19, second in assists with 27, and second in points with 46. Edmonton has 3 players with 14 goals or more. Edmonton has scored 31 power play goals in 28 games. Nashville is scoring an average of 2.56 goals per game, which is 29th in the NHL. The Predators are averaging 30.1 shots per game, which is 22nd. Nashville is 29th on the power play, scoring 16.7% of the time with a man advantage. The leading goal scorer for Nashville is Nino Niederreiter with 10, and Philip Forsberg has scored 8. Forsberg, Roman Josi and Matt Duchene each have 15 assists to lead Nashville, and Forsberg has the most points with 23. Nashville has scored only 15 power play goals in 25 games. Edmonton will be playing the second half of a back-to-back, as will Nashville when the two meet on Tuesday, but the Oilers are one of hockey's strongest on attack, averaging 3.64 goals per game, and have the top 2 points leaders in hockey in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Edmonton has won 6 of its last 8 overall, and the Oilers have won 40 of the last 58 against a team that has a losing record. Nashville has lost 5 of the last 7 when playing the second half of a back-to-back. The Oilers have won each of the last 7 head-to-head against Nashville. The Predators will not be able to keep pace with Edmonton, as Nashville is scoring an average of only 2.56 goals per game, which is more than 1 goal less than Edmonton is averaging. Take Edmonton Oilers minus 125. The Edmonton Oilers have been playing well this season as they attempt to make another deep run in the Western Conference playoffs this year. They are solid right now offensively as they are 5th in the NHL with 3.64 goals per game. Center Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scored a goal and 2 assists in a 5-2 home win over the Minnesota Wild and spoke about snapping their 7-game losing streak against the Wild. The Nashville Predators have been brutal on the offensive side of the ice as they are 29th in the league with 2.60 goals per game thus far. They are coming off a 3-2 home loss against the Ottawa Senators, and right winger Drake Batherson spoke about his goal in the game. Having Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Philip Forsberg all on the ice will make the number a lot higher than it should be and obviously make the under a better bet. Looking at the last 4 games, the Oilers are allowing 2.5 goals per game, while the Predators are giving up 3 goals per game heading into this game as well. The under is 13.54 in their previous 22 games against one another, so go with the under throughout the game. Take the under, 6.5 goals. Chicago Blackhawks vs Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals are scoring an average of 2.90, 27th goals per game, and allowing exactly the same 2.90, 11th goals per game. Washington is averaging 30.7 shots per game, which is 20th in the NHL, and scoring 21.4% of time with a man advantage, which is 21st. Alex Ovechkin is the leading goal scorer for Washington with 17, and Conor Sheary is second with 8. The leader in assists is Evgeny Kuznetsov with 18, and Dylan Strome has 16. Ovechkin is the points leader with 30, while Kuznetsov and Strome each have 22. Washington has scored 23 power play goals in 30 games. Chicago is allowing an average of 3.54 goals per game, which is 24th in the NHL. The Blackhawks are allowing an average of 34.6 shots per game, which is 29th, and Chicago has the 24th penalty kill unit in hockey, holding opponents scoreless 74.2% of the time. The Blackhawks are short-handed. Chicago is playing without goalies Petr Mrazek and Alex Stalock. Arvid Soderblom has taken over the top spot in goal and is 2-8-2 with a 3.18 goals against average and .906 save percentage. Before being injured, Stalock had a 2.93 goals against average and .914 save percentage. Chicago is also struggling on attack as the Blackhawks are scoring an average of only 2.38 goals per game, which is next to last in hockey. Much of the reason for a lack of scoring is Chicago is taking an average of 25.6 shots per game, which is also next to last. The Blackhawks have the 15th best power play, scoring 23.5% of the time. Chicago has the man advantage. Max Domi is the leading goal scorer for Chicago with 9, while Jonathan Toews and Taylor Radish have each scored 8 goals. The leader in assists is veteran Patrick Kane with 16, and Domi is second with 10. Kane is the points leader with 20, and Domi has 19. Chicago has scored 19 power play goals in 26 games. The Washington Capitals are scoring an average of 2.90 goals per game, but that is more than the 2.38 goals per game the Blackhawks are averaging. In addition, the Capitals are holding opponents to an average of 2.90 goals per game, and Chicago is giving up much more at a rate of 3.54 goals per game. Chicago is next to last in goals scored and shots taken, and is also 24th in goals allowed and 29th in shots allowed. Washington has won each of its last 4, and Chicago has lost each of its last 3. The Capitals have won 4 out of the last 5 when playing against a team with a losing record, while Chicago has lost 42 of its last 61 at home. The Blackhawks have their third-string goalie in net, as both Alex Stalock and Petr Mrazek are out injured. Take the Washington Capitals minus 1.5 goals. The Washington Capitals have been struggling on the offensive side of the ice, as they are 26th in the league, with 2.90 goals per game thus far. They are coming off a 5-2 road win over the Winnipeg Jets, and goaltender Charlie Lindgren spoke after the game about the team's ability to score 4 goals in the second period of the game. Their defense has been dominating thus far as they are 11th in the entire league, with 2.90 goals per game allowed. Charlie Lindgren will be starting inside of the net here and is doing pretty well himself as he has an .632 record with a save percentage of .910 save percentage and 2.79 goals given up per game heading into this matchup. The Chicago Blackhawks have been struggling this season and need to figure out how to improve a lot more as the season continues on. They are terrible right now offensively as they are last in the NHL with 2.38 goals per game. They are coming off a 3-1 home loss against the Winnipeg Jets. Coach Luke Richardson said the energy was not there. The team has also been trying to improve on the defensive side of the ice as they are the 23rd in the league, allowing 3.54 goals per game so far. Petr Mrazek will be getting the start in the net and he is a brutal 2-5-0 so far with 4.05 goals allowed per game and an .884 save percentage up to this point. These teams have shown the ability to score on the power play this season as Washington is 19th in the NHL with a 21.9 power play percentage while Chicago is 13th in hockey with a 23.5 power play percentage as well. Both defenses are also allowing too many shots against as the Capitals are 10th with 30.7 shot attempts per game while the Blackhawks are 29th with 34.6 shot attempts per game up to this point. The over is 7-1-3 in their previous 11 games against each other, so go with the over once again. Our second pick is over 6.5 goals.